All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to, including Rob G setting up the second half of the semifinals. That we get another team in to get ready for the college football playoffs championship. And Rob G, a big game tonight.
Yeah, we had a big game yesterday. It was on during the show. We talked about it all night. Miami, the U is back.
And
they're the national championship.
Was I not? I was happy because I said I was rooting against Ole Miss.
Yes.
I wanted them to lose, Kelvin. I just wanted them to lose.
Yeah, we know.
Well,
we know.
Speaking of wanting to lose,
there's another team I want to lose.
There's another team that's playing tonight that Rob wants to see lose. Surprise, surprise, the Indiana Hoosiers. Rob made headlines about a week ago when he said he's tired of them being called the underdog. They're the big dog. They got all the money in the world. Mark Cuban's financing them.
Yes.
There's nothing special about this story. Well, more
Does that sound like
information has come out about this team.
I thought it was you.
In the last week or so. One of them that really got into your craw, Rob, and that is that the Indiana Hoosiers, despite being a collegiate football team made up of college students, has the average age on their roster of 23 years old. To put that into context, the Green Bay Packers, who are playing professional football in the playoffs this weekend, their average age is 25.
Wow.
So
you know what that says to me? That Alex can't date the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm just saying.
Oh, snap. Don't be acting like it ain't a double date. Don't act like it ain't a double date, you and Alex.
And for anyone who says,
Alex is even laughing.
For anyone who says, 23 is not that bad. You could be in college at 23. Here's some more context for you guys. Of their starting lineup at Indiana, they have 19 starters that are in their fourth year or higher of college football. 8 starters that are in their 5th or 6th year of college football, and only 5 that are in the 3rd or lower year of college football. Point blank, these are grown men. These ain't kids.
Here you go. And that's my argument. You must, if you love college football, you must root against Indiana tonight. You don't want them to win. They're a minor league football team. They're not a college team. That's not milk on their breath. That's alcohol. 23, the Green Bay Packers, average age, as Rob G just said, 25. No way, no how. This is not collegiate sports. This is minor league sports being paid. They got a renegade squad. A 24-year-old, 25 is always going to dominate an 18 or 19-year-old college kid. There's nothing special here. I mean, I just cannot understand why people are enamored by this Indiana football team. It's fraudulent. It's fake. It's overbuilt. It is the anti-college football from what this is supposed to be about amateur sports. Let's go get some 28-year-olds next year so that we can repeat. That's what Indiana's thinking. Mark Cuban's giving out more than NIL money. He's also contributing to their pensions. That's how old some of these kids are. Ain't no way you can feel good about it when you realize how old these guys are, the kind of money being spent. Is this where we are? We just want to hijack college football and pay people and bring in old kids to play? Man, this is terrible. If there is a football god, I beg of you tonight, do not let the Indiana Hoosiers win jack. They must lose so we can stop this madness.
If you don't stop this madness and this lunacy that I'm hearing coming from you, first of all, we got so much to dissect here. Listen up. First of all, you, of all people, I'm blown away at you hating the game. How you going to hate the player and not the game? Right? They're just playing the game. You're hating the player in a game that is situated for them to take advantage of. The transfer portal all colleges are doing it. Everybody's been doing it for years. Also, COVID year. A lot of people took full advantage of that COVID year. We sat up here last March, and I kept telling you, man, these kids in college basketball look about as old as me. Some of these kids I feel like I went to high school with. And then Rob G, do I not recall last week we had a conversation about a 27, 28, 29-year-old going back to college to play basketball, and Rob was okay with him going back to play basketball, and I said, no. What about the collegiate? This isn't the spirit of it. This isn't what it's supposed to be. You got a grown man who's been playing basketball overseas for 5 or 6 years coming back to college, and you're okay with it. He is taking full advantage of the rules. Everyone else has had the same opportunities. Everyone else has all these graduate students in college and COVID year students, and everybody else. By the way, this is also in the parents. Parents are reclassifying their students. They're having their kids get held back in 6th grade, so they're coming out 19, 20 years old, so they were better than most people when they were in high school. So this has been happening with the parents, this is the colleges, and this is the students, and they're all taking full advantage of it, and this is why we talk about it being the wild, wild west. And this is why the SEC ain't going to be the SEC anymore, by the way, Rob, because they used to be able to stack 2 or 3 positions. We got a starter at linebacker, second, third string, 4 or 5-star recruits, and they're going to stay here because it's Alabama. But now with the transfer in the NIL, kids like, I ain't waiting behind him. I'm going to go get paid at Washington State. I'm going to go get paid at North Carolina State and go start there instead of sitting behind 2, 3 guys at Alabama because it'll get me to the league because it's Alabama. So SEC is going to have a bunch of problems because that's what made them so good. They were a freaking factory, and now these guys are dipping out and going other places, and they're not as deep as they used to be. So he's taking full advantage. He's done it in 2 years, and you can't hate the player, hate the game, Rob.
No.
Coming from you, I'm disappointed.
I can hate it because it's just a false narrative and false story that they're painting. Like, unbelievable. Look at what he did. He showed up. Indiana was never a college football power. Of course not. They got kids who got gray beards. They're paying guys Medicaid to play. Their pregame meal at the Indiana Hoosiers. Sodium-free bacon, decaf coffee, and a chest x-ray. In college. Is that where we are? Come on,
That
Kelvin.
is where we are.
It don't feel right.
I agree with you,
that's
but
why
that's why we got to change the system.
No, that's why you need to root against Indiana. No way, no how do we want them to win and advance. I hope they lose just like I hoped Ole Miss lost because they were belly aching about Lane Kiffin and they got their comeuppance.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
And now
I thought I
want
knew
to
you.
also I hope that Indiana, nobody wants to see Mark Cuban's money go towards a championship.
But you
No
are right
way.
with Phil. You do
No
realize
way.
if they lose, they're losing to Phil Knight's money, right? So pick your billionaire. You want Phil Knight, or you know what it is?
At least-
you just want Phil Knight to send you some shoes. That's all. I figured you out. You want Phil Knight to send you some new kicks. Well, at least get the odd couple on the side of them so we can both get a pair. Dang it. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share, do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.